now inside Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine. I'm your host, Lady Charmaine, and I got in the building my girl, Miss Margarita, aka Poetic Butterfly, aka the Floetician.
Hey, so excited to be here.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here today. I just love me some Miss Margarita. Do you know people think we look alike?
I know.
Isn't that something people think we're sisters?
Yeah.
Especially if I had my black hair too.
I know, right?
If my hair was still black, oh my goodness, it'd be on and cracking.
Right. They'd be calling us the opposite names.
That's right. And plus, we both have stores inside of Florence Square. I was going to say Flo. We call her Flo because her store is called Flo Fashions inside of Florence Square. She's also a poet who also flows.
Amen.
And Flo is an acronym for Fearless Liberation of Expression.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and the girl is the bomb, y'all. She bad. See, I finally got it. And
Yay.
that's my soul sister.
Amen.
But she's joining me today on Hot Topics. My girl Marie is out today, so preferably she'll be back in 2 weeks. She'll be back, so I'm gonna have Flo sitting up in here with me, y'all. She's just gonna flow with me on Monday.
All right, I'm ready. Let's flow. Let's go.
Okay, so here's the hot topic. I want everyone to listen up to this topic, and I want you guys to call in because I want to hear what your thoughts are. Because I had some thoughts when I first heard this. So, okay, I'm gonna read you guys a story. Then I want you guys to call in to tell me what you think. Okay. Now, I was about to read it to Flo, but then I said, well, I want to do it live on the air because I want to get her real thoughts. So this was posted by another vlog. It's called Spiritual World. So they have posted this. I read it, and I was like, oh, I think I want to talk about this. So here it is. A woman says, my husband and I haven't been on a trip out of the country for years. While he goes every year with his best friend, his reasons for going with him is because they both love attending sporting events. This year, my husband told me that I can go with him and his friend since they were visiting a new destination. He paid for my ticket and everything else since I'm a stay-at-home mom and have no job. The kids were left with my mom. However, when I found out that he had booked first class for himself and his friend while I got economy, I just couldn't hold my tongue. I confronted him about it, and he at first refused to discuss. Then, when the argument got heated, he yelled, I paid for your ticket. Isn't that enough? Then kept on about how I should stop acting like I was royalty. And that if I come to think about it, even economy is fine for me since I technically don't work anyway. I cried because of what he said, but decided to just not go altogether. He changed his tone and started begging me to just go with what he planned, but I declined. I went to pick up the kids from my mom's house, and he came back 3 hours later, huffing and puffing about what happened. Okay, his friend sent me a text calling me entitled and said this was the reason why he didn't want my husband to take me with them, and I just proved his point.
Wow.
I did not respond, but I blocked him, and since he's gotten increasingly rude over the past few months. My husband, said I keep crying about being excluded, and this is what happens when he finally decides to include me. What are your thoughts?
First of all, the friend shouldn't be disrespectful for the wife to the wife. Anyway, the husband should have checked that at the door. And how you gonna fly your friend first class and put your wife in economy seat? That doesn't make sense to me at all. So I don't like it.
So, as I was just kind of reading between the lines, it sounds to me, I could be wrong. These are my thoughts. Don't hate me and don't call me about it. These are my thoughts. It sounds to me that the husband and the friend are a little more than just friends.
Could be.
Because for the friend to want to be that comfortable with even feeling like he can overstep those boundaries and then to even make the comment that he made about not wanting her to come. Hi, you live with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where calling from?
Hi, Lady Charmaine. This is Femera.
Hey.
You guys always hit it on the head, I swear. But this is a good one. This is something that's thrown out the window because I was in a similar relationship like that with this guy named Richard, and I really cared for him, But I kind of noticed that he was pretty boy. You know how them type of men are, handsome girl. I'm just loving him to death. But as we went on through the relationship, and I wound up moving with him and everything was fine. But he had this friend named Glenn who played music. And I used to always want to go with him to hear Glenn play. And so he always tell me, you don't want to go. We don't need to go. Boo, boo. So I'm like, okay, well, why you going if I can't go? What's so good about it that I can't go? In the end, to make a long story short, his friend, we go over his house to his friend's house, and we're all sitting up at the table, me and a girlfriend of mine. And I started noticing that Glenn started looking at me real crazy, like, because every time he come on the radio, I'm singing it, you know what I'm saying? I love music. So he says, you got a pretty good voice. And I was like, thank you. He says, I said, well, I'm quite sure there's no way I can never get in your band to sing because, you got it, look like you got it all taken care of with your pretty self, you know what I'm saying? But I called him that, which is, Glenn wasn't as pretty as Richard, but I called him that because because of the way he treated me, and actually with Richard. So, he everywhere Richard would go, and they wouldn't include me. So I'm sitting up here like, okay, what's really going on? So one day I had dropped Richard off over there, and I happened to walk in the door, and I'm listening to them talk. Like, you need to keep friends, so I keep him at home. You need to see things. He said, wait, whoop, whoop. And so I walked in. I said, why? What's the problem? Do I intimidate? I must intimidate you or something. I said, if I intimidate you, must be a B. Ass nigga. And so he says, don't ever talk to me like that. And I said, Richard, I tell you what you do. Since you want to say that you can't never take me with you all, and that every time y'all go, y'all are dressed looking like, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like, y'all huddy buddies, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you need a wife. I don't think you need a girlfriend. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step back and let you and your one I intimidate be your girl. Because that's what. If I was to do them like that, I couldn't do both y'all.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because one look damn sure look good than the other. Not only that, if I intimidate, you got to be a beat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, I think best for me to do is just, kind of back away.
Okay.
So that right there, that's telling her that, hey, he don't want you interfering with them. And if he can put you in second class and not put you in first class, even if he put you along with them, then guess what? There's something wrong with that picture, baby. He's loving somebody else a little more than he's loving you.
All right now. Thank you, sister, for sharing. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye. How you like with Lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Afternoon, Lady Charmaine. Yeah, this is Brother Julian calling from Greater Sacktown.
Hey, Julie. I'm good, and you?
I'm blessed. I'm good. You know what? I'm sorry. I got to keep it 100. You know what? Okay. Look, your first and foremost companion should be riding with you, first class, all day. Okay. She got your back. She got your every. She got the kids, the family. Look, if something happened to you, so yeah, real talk. I'm just keeping it 100 because guess what? Too many other people be out here shaking and faking. And look, if they got other intentions, then that's on them. But look, okay, if y'all all can't fly first class, right? You're like, hey, bro, I got you. Your coach is paid for it. Don't get out, man.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Hey, we got this when we touch in. It's going down. We gonna handle it. You know.
I know that's right, brother.
We cool right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing me.
Well, I thank you, Julian, for calling in. Look, he on fire now. Well, I got you, Julian.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Ain't
you
nobody
are.
else gonna shoot up above that.
That's right. Well, thank you for calling in, Julian. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Even though she can be mean.
Well, you have a blessed one, Julian.
You as well. Love y'all.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, God bless.
What do you think about this relationship? Do you think they're a little closer than just friends? Or did he just love his best friend? Well, his best friend got to be by his side instead of his wife. We're now back inside Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine, my girl Margarita, a.k.a. Poetic Butterfly, a.k.a. the Floetician,
Yes.
a.k.a. Flo. Girl, you got so many aliens.
I do.
Your rap shit gonna be like this.
Actually, look, there's about 3 more missing.
Okay, y'all know she is. Just say her. They like to say her. Just call her.
Just call me her.
Well, if you're just tuning in, this is our hot topic for the day. I will reread it in case somebody is just now chiming in. I want to get your thoughts. What do you think? Okay. So this is a wife. This is what she wrote. She said, my husband and I haven't been on a trip out of the country for years, while he goes every year with his best friend. His reasons for going with him is because they both go to attend sporting events. This year, my husband told me I can go with him and his friend since they were visiting a new destination. He paid for my ticket and everything else since I'm a stay-at-home mom and have no job. The kids were left with my mom. However, when I found out that he had booked first class for himself and his friend while I got economy, I just couldn't hold my tongue. I confronted him about it, and he at first refused to discuss. Then, when the argument got heated, he yelled, "I paid for your ticket. Isn't that enough?" And then kept on about it, how I should stop acting like I was royalty. And that if I come to think about it, even economy is fine for me since I technically don't work anyway. I cried because of what he said, but decided to just not go altogether. He changed his tone and started begging me to just go with what he had planned, but I declined. I went to pick up the kids from my mom's house, and he came back 3 hours later, huffing and puffing about what happened. His friend texted me, calling me entitled, and said that this was the reason why he didn't want my husband to take me with them. And I just proved his point. I did not respond and blocked him since he's gotten increasingly rude over the past few months. My husband said I keep crying about being excluded, and this is what happens when he finally decides to include me. See, there is so much with this.
Right.
You got your nerve that she
Exactly.
doesn't work when she's taking care of your kids.
In the house and all that.
That's a whole job by
A whole
itself.
job.
A whole job. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a story.
Shoot.
So I'm gonna tell you a story. My husband we talk about this all the time. I remember when I was a stay-at-home mom, because my daughter, she was born 3.5 months early. So she was born at 25 weeks. So when she came home from the hospital, she really couldn't go out because her immune system. So I ended up being a stay-at-home mom. So when my husband came home every day, I made sure food was on the stove. I was clean. Always dressed. House was clean. My baby was clean. I'm serious. House was clean. So I remember one day he and I got in an argument because by this time we had been married a year and a half, almost 2 years. And he had the nerve to say to me that I didn't work, right? Because everything was clean. He said, "Oh, well, you don't do anything." I don't do anything. Oh, I don't do anything. Okay, I heard I don't do anything.
Wrong
okay,
answer.
so what you're saying, I don't do anything, I stopped doing everything.
Right.
So,
Right.
so I don't do anything. So guess what I did? I went right back to work, right? Real quick. So I went right back to work. So on my husband's off days, he was watching the baby at home. I came home after my first day of going back to work. My husband was greasy and dirty. My house was dirty. My baby hadn't been cleaned or changed, nor the house. Kitchen was a whole wreck.
Oh,
And you
no.
know what? That day he apologized to
Yeah.
me. He said, "You make it look so easy." No,
Right.
the thing is, I just don't complain. How you like, lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Hi, this is the dancing DJ,
Hey, dancing DJ.
and I just like to say, it sounds like you talking to. It sounds like either these brothers are from Atlanta, or a lot of them are on the down low, or he on the down low.
No, that's what it sounds like to you too.
It sounds like, she need to hurry up and get away from that.
No. Okay, what's your name? Where you're calling from?
I'm David. I'm from Sacramento.
Okay, David, the dancing DJ. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
If you want to chime in on the conversation, give us a call, 916-921-5333. We're talking about a husband who goes out of the country every year with his friend. And this year, he's supposed to be taking his wife. But he bought first class tickets for him and his friend and put his wife in economy. And he basically said, because she don't work anyway. And who said that taking care of the kids was not a job? That is a full-time job within itself.
Exactly.
I mean, if there was ever
It's a
a
job
degree
inside a
for
job.
mamas to get, for mothers to get.
Ooh-wee.
And so as I was talking about the situation with me and my husband, and so my husband learned taking care of the kids is definitely a full-time job. How you like, Lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Miss Pauline,
Hi, Miss Pauline.
and I don't usually call into these things. This one kind of put me over the top
Okay.
because she takes care of his kids. She had his kids. She takes care of the house. And where would he be without her? So when he says all this, and she is a queen.
Exactly.
She is a queen, and she should be treated with respect and that friend, something ain't right. That's all I can say.
Right.
I agree, Miss Pauline.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, you live with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Hi, this is Renee. I'm calling from Sacramento.
Hi, Renee.
I just want to say that was a good lesson from God for the lady.
Mm-hmm.
To know that, he went every year and you never said nothing, and now this year you go in your economy. First of all, he shouldn't have been going any year without her. That was a big part she should have thought about. So when it started getting many years, and then how old are your kids that you're still at home?
That's a good question, huh?
Yeah, once your kids get into kindergarten, first grade, women nowadays, they go back to work. They don't stay home. But if you continue to stay home, that's your option. But then you still have to go on what your husband says. So to me, none of that made sense. I was like, no, she should have been back at work, had her own money, and did her own thing with her own girlfriend. So
I know that's right. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's true. How long was she at home? I mean, to say that they're going to be going because now they're at a new destination so she can go. Or were they repeatedly going back to the same destinations? Were they making memories together?
Sounds like.
I mean, because y'all going to sporting events out of the country. What sporting events y'all going to out the country?
Look,
together.
I like sports, even if I didn't.
I'm
going.
Look, y'all can go to the sport. I can go to the country with y'all. Y'all can hit the game up.
Right.
I'm hit the restaurants. I'm hit the
shopping
pool.
mall.
Like there you go. Because I'm there. Okay.
Right.
Even if I did not like sports, I would be there. But to even say that she's acting like royalty. And she should act like that because she is the queen of that castle. How dare you? How you like with Lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Hey, Charmaine, this brother Julian. I'm calling back. Look, some of them, they fishing too much. They got deep sea poles with big lures on there, weights and all that, okay?
What is that? He say
I'm going there because they going there. I'm fishing back, huh? Look, they doing too much. It ain't about that, you know what I'm saying? He wrong, it's all good. Look, check him, huh? Look. Is he your man or what, Right. I thought you was the man. Oh, that's quiet. Okay.
Oh, so Julian, you are funny.
Real talk. Look, don't play with me today. Okay. Look, I told you sometimes she can be mean. She came home mean, now I'm playing. I'm keeping it 100.
Well, all right. Thank you, Julian.
Real talk. Check this out. Look, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, you've been doing you and the boys, you and the fellas going out doing your cha-cha and all that. You know what I'm saying? But when your wife, your significant, she roll with you, you know what I'm saying? Then it's heads up.
That's
okay?
Right. That's right.
It's straight up.
Amen to that. Real talk. I appreciate it.
Okay. Look, hey, check this out, bro. Yeah. Once we touch in, we're going to hook up.
All right. Okay.
I got y'all. See you there. Okay.
Well, thank you, Julia, for calling in.
At the forefront on the beach.
Right. Thank you, Julia. Bye-bye. Love you, too.
All right.
I love him. Look. Check this out.
He on that topic today, boy. He like,
So if you want to call in, give us a call, 916-921-5333.
You're listening to Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine.
You're back inside Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine Maxwell. You better appreciate this woman's work, okay? You better appreciate it because we know how to shut some stuff down. That's what we do. How you like with Lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Hi, Lady Charmaine. My name is Debbie, and I'm calling from Sacramento.
Hi, Miss Debbie.
There was one thing, and maybe I missed it, but was she at home by choice, or was he the one saying, you're my wife, you don't have to work?
That wasn't in her letter, so I don't know.
Because if that was his choice for her to be at home, then he had nothing to say. He told her she was the queen and she didn't have to do it. So
But either way, that's his wife, and if she's taking care of his
That is
kids,
his wife.
right?
She
That's your
takes
wife,
care of him.
exactly. And in your household, so
Yeah.
whether it was by her choice, you could tell it was something that they both communicated with each other. Because sometimes men want the woman to stay home so they can save on child care. Because it's so expensive.
Very expensive.
You staying home with them kids.
Right.
Oh yes, I know that.
It's a mortgage.
That's it.
But and I just said I just don't understand that. I'd have went every year. I don't have to be in that stadium, but I'm gonna be there.
I know that's
Wherever
right.
it is.
I know that's right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. You have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye. And sometimes some men can be very controlling.
They can be.
A lot of men, I'm not saying every man is like that, but a lot of men can be very controlling. If he did, now this was just me. This is kind of what I got out of it, that they was more just friends. It's just my thoughts, y'all. Okay, don't be calling me. I'm just saying, but just how he was reacting to her.
Right.
I'm not sure if maybe throughout the year she had made a couple comments that she wanted to go. And so finally, okay, we're going to let her, so she, just to shut her up. We're going to have her come on this one with us. And we're going to put her in economy because, him and his friend got used to sitting together, laughing, talking, and having a kiki, and she going to mess the whole vibe up. So put her back there in economy. Or sometimes women in some relationships can be a cover up for a man who may be living a down low lifestyle. I did a show on this just before COVID hit because I also have a home studio. And I did a show, it was called Living on the Down Low. And so I had women on the show and call into the show who were married to men that they found out was living on the down low.
Wow.
Correct. And some women were used as cover-ups because one woman, her husband was in the military. And he used her as a cover-up because that was his lifestyle. And then she ended up coming home and catching him in the bed. And, I have a store which is in Florence Square, of course, I had a woman who came in. I didn't know her. She was just up visiting for the first time in Florence Square, and she came into my store. And she and I got to talking. And for some reason, a lot of people like to talk to me. So she was talking to me in the store, and then she opened up to me that she wanted to get back out there in the dating scene. It was hard because she was seeing a therapist. And then she had whispered in my ear to let me know that her husband had left her for a man. And that really
That hurt.
devastated her.
Yeah.
She was devastated.
Yeah.
And so it happens more than what people think. And I had a friend, she thought that her husband's friend was just a friend, and then they were. So this goes on more than people think now, although they didn't say they was in a relationship. But for me, all my red flags go off. And then for the friend to feel so comfortable to call the wife and say, this is why.
Right.
I'm like, You're like, well, Lady Charmaine, what's your name? We're calling from?
Yes, my name is Vicky. I'm calling from Sacramento.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi. Listen, okay, couple of things.
Okay.
There actually is a sports event that occurs every year in Australia, and it's a swimming sports event for gay men. Okay, the other thing that came to mind when you were reading the letter, that was not a very subtle, deliberate put down. When he told her he bought her a coach ticket, so she should be glad that she's going. I mean, let me just end it by saying, for sisters who don't know that this goes on all the time, just watch for colored girls who consider suicide when the rain was enough. Okay, it's real. And it happens all the time, and these guys are married, and, and they're playing it off. And it's very hard for women to pick that stuff up until, something like this happens. And, it's really sad, but I feel sorry for her, but she was brave enough to write the letter, and maybe God is trying to tell her something. Huh?
True that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you for addressing this topic.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Was there a date on the letter? Is it something recent?
Yeah. This was just posted yesterday.
Oh.
So for me, I didn't even know they even had this type of a swimming event.
Yeah.
So maybe now that they're going to a new destination, that's probably why she was able to come. Hi, you live with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Robin. I'm calling from Sacramento.
Hello.
Hi. So, yeah, very touchy topic today. And if I was the wife, I would have waited till we got to the airport, ordered the plane, and sat in that seat that he bought that friend, that he bought for the friend. And if he'd have looked at me, I'd have been like, your seat is in the back, partner. Get on to the back.
But you got to think about.
My husband.
But but I was going to say, sis, that's easy to say, but her feelings, I'm sure, was so hurt. And while you packing your bags, your feelings are hurt.
Right. But that's the thing. I mean, granted, I mean, you got to be, I would say, a strong woman. And, because, I mean, yeah, you can act excited. Oh, okay, yeah, I get to go this time. But you done bought me a coach ticket? You think I'm about to sit in that coach ticket? That coach seat? No. Let me just go. We're going to get to the airport. And when they tell us we can load up, yeah, I'm going to sit in that first class, and you going back in coach.
Well, yeah, well, that's going to be kind of difficult, sister. But thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How you live, Lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I got to close my segment on you.
Is it Julian?
Look,
you about to close
I ain't
out?
from Australia. I ain't from Europe.
Okay.
In Europe, partied, loved it, stationed out there. Goddamn, boy. Oh,
Julian.
Yeah. But check this out. Yeah. I ain't none of that.
Okay.
I don't swing that way.
Okay,
Real
well,
talk.
I'm glad.
And,
well, okay. Well,
and I'm keeping it 100. But
okay.
There's some dudes, some good brothers, some real brothers, Alpha Kappa, Omega Psi Phi, and look, we rock that way. We get down, we party.
All
but
right.
you don't swing. You
Okay.
feel me?
All right.
Yeah. So on everything, look, when you roll, you got to roll right.
Okay. Well, thank you, Julian, for calling in for the 15th time.
Yeah, I know. Look, don't count on me. Look, but when you got your number one, your woman rolling with you, okay, you got to keep it 100.
That's right. Thank you, Julian.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right.
Funny.
I know. I want to go back to what the caller before him said, the lady, because can you just imagine if your husband already has in his mind that you're going to be in economy? Now, we don't know who's controlling the tickets. Okay. So you can send her ticket, which will be economy. When you're loading first class, him and his dude is going to be loading first. You in economy, so you're going to be last. So you can't even argue over the ticket because he's in possession of the ticket going into first class. Secondly, if he is that hooked up with his friend, you can just imagine when you get to the airport, they're going to be laughing, having a kiki, standing next to each other. So you're going to feel isolated anyway. Right. You're going to feel iced out anyway because they're going to be standing in first class line loading first. So you still going to be feeling like you're in economy just standing in the airport.
Right.
It's
going to be a conversation had, and security you might have to show up.
And so,
especially if you're trying to take the seat on the plane, because
you remember you're packing together.
Right, you're
arriving to the airport together. So it's a whole energy that's going to be there before you even get to the airport. Even at the check-in, just all of that. Who knows if they've been frequent flying, they may have what that pre-check. So they might be pre-checking, and you in the back
still waiting.
Since they fly regularly. So that's a whole thing, and it'd be a whole situation at the airport. But then they could say, "Well, ma'am, you knew."
I wonder if the friend is single.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sounds
like it, huh?
Yeah. If you're traveling with him, probably single.
Yeah.
Probably single. And I mean, I don't know if she has like a real good radar or a really good gut, because my gut will be telling me some more is going on here.
For real.
Yeah. I don't know if she ever confronted that, because in her letter it doesn't sound like it.
Like
because
this is her first time.
Right.
Something.
And sometimes people can be blind and want to be blind because they don't want to know what the truth is. How you like with Lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where you're calling from?
My name is Reggie, and I'm calling from Sacramento.
Hi, Reggie.
Hi. Hey, this is simple. Why don't she just play it off play like she going, just pack a little light bag, act like she gonna drive the car, drive him and the friend to the airport. Drive them there, drop them off. Tell them she ain't going. And then go back to the house, pack up all her SHIT, move out, go down to while he over there kicking it, go down there, put that child support on him, and, get her cut of the house. And then when he comes back, wondering what done happened, then whatever the friend's name is, say, you and him go on and kick it. And that be it. And call it a day. Don't even worry about that.
And that came from a man.
Right.
Okay, Mr. Reggie. Okay, spoken from a brother. Thank you, brother. Bye-bye. See, Reggie said put that child support. I feel like Julian.
Real talk.
Okay. Go put that thing on him real quick.
Oh, man. He said just leave all the way.
Yeah, but I mean, especially if she's not working, she probably can say, I don't have no money.
Right.
Because a lot of times when a woman isn't working and the man is working, you don't have any money. His money is your money. And then they use the money to control the woman since you don't have none. So now she feels stuck. What's she going to do? Depending, I know she has her mom. And, a lot of times a woman can go back to the mom, but depending on the situation, you're still not going to have any money.
Exactly.
And that look like that's a position that she's in. She appears to be stuck to me. Yeah. And she probably know what the situation is, but what can she say?
I grew up with, my aunts and family, depending on the man. That's how it was back in the day. But when things would happen, they would always say how they couldn't leave because they weren't the money makers.
Right.
And then they didn't even know how to leave because they never had a job. And here I'm at like 9-10 years old. I was always telling myself before, I even knew about it, like I'm never going to depend on a man,
right,
type of thing. And that kind of was a problem for me as I got older because I was always in that mindset because I grew up seeing that and I didn't want the person to have the control.
Right.
So that's deep though.
It is.
When you're dependent on somebody.
And who or do they have separate rooms too while they're on vacation?
Hang up and try again.
While they're on vacation. How you like with Lady Charmaine? What's your name? You're calling from?
Hey, this is the voice. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm blessed. Hey, how long has that lady been married?
It doesn't say. She didn't say how long.
Didn't say? Okay, well, that dude was a turd burglar long before she just found out. It wasn't no secret and it wasn't no surprise.
Did you say turd burger?
I said turd burglar.
Oh, turd burglar.
I was wondering what he said.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like the other brother said, just go on and take a little road trip to the courthouse, and handle the business, get on back down the road. Because that's not going to change. He was that a long time ago. She just probably thought, but just ignored the signs. Because it's hard. It's not that hard to tell the difference. Just look at the way their movements. They can't hide it for too long.
Right. That's true. Thank you so much for calling in.
You want to find, and for all you other single women out there that's answering and listening to this phone call, you want to find out where they are. Go to your local gyms and just hang out and see. Because most of them are big bodybuilders and they look masculine and everything, and they hold back.
Okay.
Just thought I'd mention that.
Okay. Thank you so much for that advice. I appreciate it. Okay. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.
All right.
Wait a minute.
I'm still stuck on turd burglar.
I didn't want to ask what that meant. How you like with Lady Charmaine? What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Dang, I ain't ever got through like this. Keep it coming. Hey, look, this is for my homie. And then back it up with all around the world.
Julian. Are you having fun today?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Look, wifey came out the sliding door in the back, like looking at me like, what, really?
For the 20th time?
I'm doing me.
Okay, you the third co-host today.
Right.
Love you too.
Right,
bye-bye.
Look, you don't have caller ID over there?
In the words of Julian. Y'all, we gonna be back, right?
Oh my goodness.
You're listening to Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine.
You're now back inside Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine and my girl Margarita, aka Flo, aka the Floetician, aka Poetic Butterfly.
Yes, ma'am. All that and then some. I am
Absolutely.
she.
Well, we've been having a good time today with this hot topic. If you want to chime in, give us a call. 916-921-5333. We're trying to help this one sister out whose husband has been going out of the country for years with his best friend. Finally, they're going to a destination she's never been to, so the husband is allowing her to go and bought her a ticket, but in economy, while him and his homie, road dog partner, fly first class. Living it up. Telling her she should be happy that she has an economy seat. And because she got upset, basically feeling like she's entitled, she acting like she royalty or something.
Right.
Like she should be sitting in first class. Your wife.
Yeah.
The mother of your children.
Where she should be. First class with you. Her husband.
Exactly. But it lets you know where he placed her in his mind.
Exactly.
He put her in the back.
Put her in the back.
But you ride whole style. That's what he said. That's what he said. Me and the homie, we up front.
Right. Man, that's wild.
Yeah, growing up, my mother used to always tell me, don't you ride whole style. That was the term. Now, y'all know y'all heard about that. I ain't the only one.
That's the first for me. But
yeah. You don't ride whole style. That's what you say. You ride in the front or you ain't riding.
Right.
Especially when there's two guys in the car, you don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, and so I know as a wife, where does that put her?
Not first.
She sure is last.
Exactly.
So, you got to be careful. I know. You got to be careful these days.
No way.
So, if people wanted to find you, sis, where can they find you?
You can find me on IG at Floetician or Flow Fashions, and that Flow is with an E, FLOETICIAN. And when you put in Floetician, Poetic Butterfly will come up for you. So you have the right one.
Exactly. I love that. How did you come up with the name Poetic Butterfly?
Actually, oh Lord. Okay, so first it was just butterfly, and I just felt like my life was parallel to the life of a butterfly. And then once I got into poetry, I put the poetic in front of it. And I was like, ooh, I like it.
She too much like me, y'all.
I kept it.
Because I love the butterfly.
I love the butterfly. Oh, my goodness.
This girl be working about hours. So
love it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And so how long have you been into fashion?
Oh, well, actually, the Flow Fashions didn't start until 2019.
Okay.
So when I started poetry, I would go on Vistaprint. And I would make shirts with my name on it, Poetic Butterfly. So as I'm performing or sharing my flow, people will remember who I was.
Right.
And then from there, it grew into a clothing line. It actually started off, flow was no part of it. It was Poetic Butterfly. Okay. And then it went into Floetician. And then from Floetician came Flow. And I have to tell you about the story, how Floetician even came about.
Please.
Oh, you want to hear it now?
I do.
Okay. Well, so this was back when I was living in Detroit. It's probably like 2005.
Okay.
And it was a rainy night, and I had a bunch of CDs all over my bedroom floor. And so I was putting them back into their appropriate cases, and I came across E40's Politician. And I was so just like amazed in regards to the name and the art on the cover of his CD. I was like, man, this guy is a certified baller. Like politician. I'm like, he's standing at home base, popping his collar, looking at every base that he passed, got through the grit and the grind of the struggle, and he made it home. I was like, wow. So what do I like to do? I said, I like to flow. I said, I'm a Floetician. So I started popping my collar, running around the house.
Love it.
Yeah, and then from the Floetician, the flow came, and then someone told me that I needed to get an acronym for flow. Now, when that was said to me, I didn't know what an acronym was, but I didn't want that person to know that I didn't know what it was, even though they kind of did explain it to me, but it still didn't make sense.
Right.
And then maybe about 3 or 4 years later, again, I'm at the crib, it's late night, and I was having wine that night, and I was just like, I started thinking about me and how they mentioned to me how I needed to get on the mic. And I didn't want to get on the mic because of fear.
Right.
And so that's what that F, fearless
Yes.
liberation, because when you're fearless, you're liberated. And then when you do that, you're able to express. And so again, I started popping my collar. I was like, oh, fearless liberation of expression. I said, that's it right there. And that's just what it was and what it's been ever since.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because it sets people free. What is your flow? She did a wonderful fashion show recently, and then she's even had kids in it. And, whatever your flow is, if you're an artist, if you're a singer, what is your flow? And I love that.
Yeah. Your flow is your passion. Whatever it is you love to do, that's your flow.
That's your flow. That's
your
it,
flow.
honey. And you keep flowing now.
And when you have mastered the art of your flow, that's when you become a flowetician.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's what that is?
That's how that works.
Well, that's how that works, y'all.
Yeah.
Master your flow. Again, if people want to find you, she's on Instagram. She is on Facebook. You guys make sure you check her out. Whenever she has any performances, make sure you go and support her. She also does a poetry night every
second Saturday at the Brick House.
Yes.
We have open mic, and then we have a feature. Next month we have LC. I believe he's from like the Bay Area or Fairfield or something like that. Dope poet. So yeah, come on down, check us out.
And I love it.
It's a
If you
fun
have a desire, if you have a way with words and you always wanted to just, express yourself, that's a place for you to go and express yourself. Every Saturday at the Brick House. Make sure you go and join them. You know what? If it's your first time getting on the mic, go. They're going to be there to support you. They're going to do the finger snaps.
all that
to support you. And you can also follow me on Instagram at I am Lady Charmaine. I'm also on Facebook at Lady Charmaine. Also, Black Sisters Making Friends on Facebook. Look for the one with the 2 hearts. And follow Marion Berry's Beauty on Instagram. You can also find me inside of Florence Square, Suite 116. You guys make sure you come on down and get your whipped body butter mousses. We have some great products coming out because the holidays are coming. We're going to have our little Christmas, honey. We're going to have Christmas in October. So y'all can come and see your girl. And make sure you check out Flo. What's your suite number?
133.
Suite 133. So you guys go and make sure you go ahead and flow on through her store and pick up your fragrances to go with your outfit.
Exactly.
We're going to get you all the way together.
Right. Yes, all that.
So come see us, y'all.